Alright, hey, welcome my friends to this little video tutorial on making a logo or a coat of arms. So I'm going to make a little tutorial. I'm going to make this coat of arms, this like family crest. So you can see here's a nice example. It's like a little shield that's been split up into 4 different parts, and then this family has like 4 different images that kind of represents that family, and there's like different symbolism and codes to the colors and the images. If you click on this link right here, it gives you some ideas. So first thing I'm going to do is I went out on Google and I found, did a little search for some blank ones to kind of get a feel for what they could look like. And I picked this one out. It's pretty simple. It's got a little bit of curve to it. This is the one I want to draw, right? I want to recreate that in Fireworks. So I'm going to slide that out. Alright, so I'm going to come over to Fireworks. You guys open up yours. I'm going to create a new file. I'm going to make mine like about 450 wide by about 525 high. You can change it up, whatever. See what it goes. That looks pretty good for me to start with, and make that 100%. Now to draw this, what I want to do here is I want to have my rulers on my grid lines, because that's going to help me big time. So I'm going to show grid, and to draw those little curves, all right, let me bring that back real quick. To draw these curves like that, you're going to have to use, to get them nice and perfect like that, you're going to have to use a tool called the pen tool, which is right here. I don't think we've done it in any of our assignments yet. So I'm going to click on that pen tool, and I'm going to come down to properties before I draw. This is the fill. I don't want the crust to fill, so I'm going to make that invisible. But I do want to see it, so I'm going to make the edge here black. And I'm going to make it 2, so it's just a little bit thicker. Alright, now check it out. This may take you a few times to get it right. Just play with this. Here's how the pen tool works. You get on where you want to start. I'm going to start right up here in the top left. You're going to click once and just let go. And when you do that, it automatically creates a line coming out from that point. And it's just a straight line. If I just click again, it's going to make another straight line, but I want it to curve a little bit. So here's what you do. You click and hold that button. See how it goes invisible for a minute, and then pull it. As you hold on the button, you pull it to the right, and it will curve. If you see how if you pull it around, as you move it, it curves in different directions. I want it to be a soft curve, kind of bowed out. So I just pull a little bit to the right, about 1 block over, and then let go. And now it makes that little curve. And once you make a curve point, the other side's automatically curved. So I'm just going to come over here and see how it just mirrors the left side. And click 1 time. Don't hold on to it that second time. So that way, if you hold on to it again, it will start to curve again. It'll get all weird. So just click once. Now I go back and do the same thing again. So I'm going down 1 block over 2. Click, pull it out a little bit, get a little curve, let go, and then finish it here. Now I got the top done. Now I'm going to come down straight. And to make that line perfectly straight, I'm going to hold down the shift key, come down about here. And then I'm going to come to the middle. So I'm just going to look down here. This is the middle. And to make a little curve to that, I'm going to click and pull it out just a little bit. So it's a little bit of a soft curve. Come over here, click 1 time, and then click right up. Hold my shift key, and I got a nice straight line. And then click 1 time and just let go. Now you'll have a nice little crest shield. Pretty good. Now I'm going to draw a line down the middle and the side. So I'm going to use just a black line tool. I'm going to go right up on it. You got to make sure you can't like start it down here. It's got to be right on the crest, and just split it in half. And come over here, right up on it, and click over there. If you don't quite do that, when you fill it in later with the color, it's going to there's going to be like a little gap here if that line isn't perfect, and the color is going to leak out. You just have to redo it. So this looks pretty good. Now let's go back and look at the one that we're kind of mimicking. Now notice what they're doing. They're doing some nice stuff here with colors inside the fill, and they're doing gradient colors. So let's do that. Now if you just bust out with a paint bucket tool, this will let you fill in colors. Let's say if I hit it blue, but the problem is it makes the entire shield 1 color. So I don't want to do that. I want to do each one separate. So what we have to do is come on over to our layers. So I'm going to close all this stuff out here. Now I can see my layers. So it's 3 paths. I need to select all 3 of these. That's the horizontal or the vertical line, the horizontal line, and then my little shield. Select all 3 of them using the shift key, and then I'm going to come over to modify, and I'm going to go ahead and I am going to flatten them. Okay, right here, flatten. When you flatten them, it turns them all into one giant bitmap. And now when you use your paint bucket tool, you can make some colors. Now check it out. What I'm going to do is, instead of making a salad, I'm going to make it a gradient. I'm going to make it a linear gradient. And right now it's black to blue. I'm going to make mine like more like blue to more like black, but mostly blue. So I'm going to add one more crayon here and make that blue. So it's going to go blue, lots of blue, and then just a little bit of black. Let's see how that looks. And if you start doing these crayons and you accidentally click a lot of them, to get rid of them, you click it, hold it, pull it down. Hold it, pull it down, like that. All right, click right there, boom. Now I could even barely even see the gradient. It's just a little bit of black there. It wasn't so good. I don't know if I can adjust it still. I think once you draw these, they get stuck. So that's not so good. Well, I'll try a different one. I'll do a different style. So this next one, I'm gonna make it, how about red and black. I'm gonna get rid of that blue one, but I'm gonna put the black way over here. So there, now you can sort of see it kind of darker in the right, and it gets lighter on the outside. And now I'll do another one. Maybe I'll just keep it like that, I think. So the bottom half will be kind of dark with the red, and the top half can be blue, and how about a little yellow? So I'm gonna make this bottom yellow. Yellow on the left, and it gets darker over there. There. That's kind of ugly, but whatever. You can make yours better than mine. So now I got that done. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to make it a little bit cooler by having a background to it, because right now it looks kind of chunky. I'm going to get rid of these grid lines so I can see it better. And now I'm going to have a nice background. So use your rectangle tool. And if you don't see it, remember you got to click it, hold it. And then this will pop up, and then you can get to your rectangle tool. And by the way, when you're down here, there's some other cool things, smart polygons, rounded rectangles you could play around with. I'm going to choose rectangle. I'm going to make my rectangle just plain old white to like dark gray. And then watch how that looks. We'll see. I'm going to draw that rectangle all around the back. Now when you first draw it, look at my layers. It went on top so I can't see. Click it and bring it down. That's not bad. That's not bad. Now I'm going to change it up. See how I click on the black arrow first, then the gradient arrow will come up. You can bring that down. I'm going to diagonalize it. So what that means is light down here, and then it gets darker. And that kind of makes sense because just the way mine turned out, it's kind of dark on this side anyways, and it's lighter on here, so this kind of looks cool. So you can do yours any style you want. Now the final step is to put some images. You could try to draw your own, or you could get some off of Google that kind of represent you or your family. And let's say for me, I really like basketball, I like yoga. I'm going to start with basketball, so here's what I did. This is a nice little tip. I went to Google, I want to get a basketball to put on it. I typed in basketball green screen. So by doing that, you get these balls that are all around, surrounded by a perfect color usually. That will help you a lot. Watch. I'm going to copy it, copy the image. You could also save it and import it. Either way, I'm going to paste it. So it comes with all that green. Now what that's going to allow you to do is the magic wand. If you haven't used the magic wand, it's very cool. You click on the magic wand, and then whatever you touch and click, it will select that color. And you can change the tolerance. If you have a very low tolerance, it'll just click the colors that perfectly match. And see all those little greens around the ball? It didn't quite select them. You zoom up on it. So it missed some of them. So that's not so good. So I'm going to undo that. I'm going to change my tolerance, make it a little bit higher, like say 66. And now see how it's tight? It clicked all around the ball. It got all that. If you make it too high, it may start to click right into the ball. And now you can just hit delete on your keyboard. Bam. And now you got mostly all that green out. Now you can say select, deselect. So you can see there's like a little edge of green, but when I zoom back out, it's not so bad. Now I can take that ball and put it down here, maybe in one of my quadrants. Resize it, so hit the scale tool. Drop it down a little bit. Kind of like that. Not bad. And then you can get several other images. You can make it look a little bit, fancier. Puts your name on, your family name, whatever else you like to do. So that's a nice little, hopefully, starter to get you rolling and make your family crest if you're doing this one. Or of course, you can also do the logo. Then when you're done, don't forget. I should have done this earlier. You want to save that file, and then when you're all the way done, you want to 2-up it, and you want to export it. Make sure when you go to optimize, don't choose GIF, because then you have all those weird looking halos. You got to choose JPEG, better quality, then it will look tight. So then when you're all done, you're going to export it and then link it up. And hopefully you remember how to do that part. I won't show you in the video. All right, good to go.